What up, YouTube? It is your boy JSM 801, and I am back again with another Matte Out video. You guys may have seen me do the Shattered Backboard 3.0, the Jordan 1 Starfish, back in 2019, I believe it was, or 2018 when that shoe released. I got a pair early, was in the middle of doing a review video on that sneaker, and absolutely thought that the finish it just needed to be adjusted. I didn't like the look of the shoe, so halfway through the video I cut and came downstairs and ended up matting it out, and the video went viral. It was crazy. Did over 1,400 pairs to date. That shoe still never gets old. I'm still doing that custom to this day. Little late on this video. I've already put out some stuff on my website, jsm801.com. You can see I have aged this one already. I have matted this one already, and I am taking orders. But today we're going to talk and show you guys what I use for this custom, and it is the new matte finisher by Angelus. If you haven't checked out their new line of finishers, go check them at angelusdirect.com. The other product I'm going to be using, of course, is Angelus Deglazer. You will need something to remove or scuff up this top layer of the patent leather. That way it gives something for the finisher to attach to and bond and make it very durable. The last thing is tape. I use tape often just to help remove lint off the sneakers while I'm painting them. It's hard to see it until you paint it, and by then it's too late. Then you got to wait for it to dry, fix it, whatever. So I use Scotch tape just to go over the shoe before I even put finisher on it, and of course that is after I deglaze it. So let's go ahead and get into the video, guys. I'm going to show you how to use these. All right, so we have the 2021 patent leather BRED. I really like the shoe the way it comes. I really like it matted out, and I do like the look of it aged as well. You can't go wrong either way. So let's go ahead and start this video. First thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and just stuff these tongues and get them out of the way. Just a lot easier. I just stuff them right inside the toe, take out the shoe horns, stuff these. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a glove, because I'm going to be working with Angelus Deglazer. And guys, I still highly recommend using Angelus Deglazer over acetone. Over time is where you see the side effects of using acetone. I know a lot of guys, a lot of these guys out here, they don't really care. They don't really do the research on the difference and what it causes over time. But guys, I highly recommend Angelus Deglazer. So the first step, of course, is just to put some of this deglazer on a rag or your pad or just anything to go ahead and start rubbing this down. And you're just gonna go ahead and just rub it down real good, and you'll start to see the color lift a little bit, and that's how you know you're getting to where you want to be. I'm just gonna go ahead and go over the whole shoe. You might need a few Q-tips just to get inside the small, in the corners, just to make sure that it adheres and bonds really well. The last thing you want these things to do is crack while you're wearing them. So just make sure you get really good. Just make sure it's nice. It almost feels like it's sticky when you know it's ready to go. So you can see the color starting to lift, and it will kind of fog the patent leather. It won't be shiny anymore. And that's the goal, is to get this to kind of look hazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up real quick, and I'll be back and show you guys the next step. All right, so we got the first one completely wiped down. As you can see, if you look real close, you can see how foggy that starts to get. Your pad should look something like that. Just be careful when you're going around the midsole. That way you don't drag your pad across and leave some dye, some paint over on your midsole, because it's kind of a pain in the butt to get off. So this is where the tape comes in handy. So I just take some of this 3M tape, almost like I'm just delinting a shirt. And I'm gonna go over this shoe and just make sure that there's no lint. Because like I said, once you spray it, it's too late. You gotta wait for it to dry. You gotta sand it out, pick it out. just becomes a headache. So preventive maintenance just makes this job a lot easier. It'll just flow a lot smoother if you delint it before. I'll go ahead and throw some matte finisher on there. I always get on the inside of the sock liner because you never know if there's lint or hair sitting on top of there, and once the pressure of the airbrush gun blows it off, it'll drop down onto the patent leather, stick to the shoe. And again, just a mess you can avoid, so I just recommend doing that. And you can take some air. Sometimes I'll just take one of my airbrush guns and just blow the air. Make sure I got everything off. Just thoroughly inspect the shoe right before you spray it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do one. That way I can show you the difference between the two. Pre-matted and then of course post-matted. I will show you the difference. So let's go ahead and get the tape out of the way. And of course, guys, you know I always use Bulldog on everything I do, whether it's leather, patent leather, plastic, anything. I always do 2 coats, 2 light coats of Bulldog. Just helps with a better, oh, Tragic's calling me. If you haven't checked him out, Tragic 1993 on Instagram, that's the homie. Super dope cat. I appreciate you, my dude. I'll call you back as soon as I finish this video. So light coat, guys, this is a micro spray, so it is super misty. It looks like I'm spraying heavy coats, but I am not. As you can see, it leaves almost a polish back on the shoe. And I'm gonna give this about 7 minutes to dry in between 2 coats. So this is the first coat. I'll let it dry, spray it again, and I'll come back and show you guys the matte finisher. All right, guys, I have went ahead and added the 2 coats of Bulldog Adhesive Promoter. As you can see, it kind of put the gloss back on it. It's not as glossy as your pre-matte finish or pre-Bulldog. But it is a little bit shiny, and that's how you know. You can tell if you got it everywhere. You can take a look, make sure that it's sprayed even all across the shoe. Make sure you get underneath. I always recommend spraying while the shoe's upside down as well, just to make sure that you get a different angle, because sometimes it's hard to get that underneath the heel counter when you're spraying from up above. So make sure you spray from different angles. All right, guys, I do recommend wearing a mask when you're spraying these finishers, guys. Sometimes in my head, I feel like it has taken a toll over the last 12 years. So I am definitely into wearing my mask these days. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some of this matte, Angelus matte, this is a flat finisher, into one of my guns. And I'll go ahead and start spraying and show you guys how it works. All right, so I got it all loaded up, ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and just start spraying this shoe, guys. I'm gonna start doing light coats. Just make sure that you spray it even. Make sure you get in all the corners. If you do see, I do see a hair right there. I'm just gonna grab a pair of tweezers, and it looks like just a little piece of lint, and make sure that's out. Now, usually after the first coat, if you do see some lint on the shoe, wait till it fully dries, and you can actually take a piece of masking tape and pull that lint right off by just delinting it, as you've seen in the beginning of the video, before you spray your second coat. So
all I
finisher, the heat gun is not necessary. You can use it if you're trying to speed up the process for any reason. You're in a rush or just trying to hurry and get it done. You can go ahead and use the heat gun. It will dry the finisher a little bit faster, but it is self-leveling and it mats out amazing without the heat gun. Compared to the Starfish 3.0 video where the heat gun was definitely needed with the old finisher. So I'm going to go ahead and just use a heat gun. I'm going to turn it on low heat just to speed this process up. As you can see, as that sheen changes. And again, this is just the first coat, guys. What you want to do after the first coat is you want to thoroughly inspect the shoe, run it through different angles just so the light hits it different so you can see where the gloss is still showing through. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a second coat. That is the process. As you can see, the difference between the two. A lot of people are going to say, well, why don't you just buy the 2001s? Probably because these are cheaper. The leather is different. But yes, I would definitely recommend an 01 over a patent leather BRED. This shoe is still going to crease. It's still going to wear like a patent one. But it's going to look great, and this finish is going to hold up. It's going to crease with the shoe. It's not going to crack. It's not going to chip. It is very durable, and it feels great. So yes, I would definitely recommend the matted version over the shiny version, even though I do like either way. And like I said, I like it aged as well. I do have both options on my website where I age the edges and the midsole. Stain it, of course, on the website. You're able to pick how yellow you want the midsole. I prefer a lighter yellow over a bright yellow, but some guys like really aged shoes. But either way, we can get it to the shade that you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this other shoe, and I will show you them all laced up and then packaged, ready for shipping back out to the customer. They are all finished, guys. I am going to be giving a pair of patent leather Jordan 1 BRED with a matte finish in your size. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel. I will be picking a winner out at the end of January. I will be sending you a pair in your size, matted out, just for subscribing. So hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys, and I'll be back with more videos.